before setting a career high in 2019 with 28. He made it up to the big leagues in 2020 at the age of 22, but he never managed to stick there. Across 4 years, he hit .258 in just 78 games while failing to ever grab hold of a starting gig. This past season, he struggled mightily at AAA to the point where he is no longer viewed as a viable big league option for the Rangers. So they cut bait. When Texas finalized their agreement with reliever Sean Armstrong, Huff was designated for assignment. In a not-so-surprising development, there were teams interested right away in a former top catching prospect in the league. And eventually, the San Francisco Giants claimed him off waivers from the Rangers, ending his run in Arlington. On the Giants, Huff will occupy a spot on their 40-man roster. But it's difficult to see where exactly he'll fit into their plans, especially at the big league. As things currently stand, the club is set to roll with 2024 breakout star Patrick Bailey as their primary backstop, the seasoned veteran Tom Murphy on hand as the backup. Murphy stands out as a potential trade candidate thanks to a league-wide need of help behind the plate. The Giants also have former Rule 5 pick Blake Sable on the 40-man. So Huff is going to have some stiff competition to get at bats at the game's highest level in 2025. The writing was on the wall for Huff, who turns 27, after the Rangers signed Kyle Higashioka to be their next backup for the next few years earlier this offseason. Texas also signed veteran Tucker Barnhart to a minor league contract, which only pushed further down the organizational depth chart. A player with as much raw power as Huff does should be able to find jobs since he's still so young and has that ex-prospect pedigree tied to his name. Unfortunately, his bat has fallen off recently, and he's consistently had defensive question marks behind the plate. An eventual move to first base as a home run or bust type of hitter may be his ultimate role if he ever carves a consistent one out in the big leagues. Hey everyone, today's video is sponsored by Audible, the go-to place for all your audiobooks and spoken word entertainment. If you're like me, sometimes life gets so busy that sitting down with a physical book feels like a luxury. That's where Audible steps in. They've got thousands of titles across every genre you can think of. Thrillers, romance, business, self-help, even exclusive Audible originals. Whether you're commuting, doing chores, or just chilling, you can dive into a whole new world with the press of a button. One of my favorite things, you can seamlessly switch between your phone, tablet, or computer without losing your place. No more fumbling around for bookmarks. Plus, with membership, you get one free audiobook every month, along with access to exclusive deals and discounts. So if you're ready to turn your downtime into story time, head on over to audibletrial.com/Larry21 and start your free 30-day trial today. Trust me, once you start listening, you'll never look back. And now let's get back to the episode. Bleacher Report has floated impact of a Rangers-Cardinals trade to help Texas's bullpen. Little by little, the Rangers have taken steps to address their bullpen after Jose Leclerc, Kirby Yates, Jose Urena, and David Robertson all chose to test the free agency waters this winter. In December, the club added Jacob Webb and Hoby Milner to the relief corps. But with just over a month until pitchers and catchers report, Texas should still push for a big name to join the existing group. Luckily, Bleacher Report's Kerry Miller has proposed a deal that would net the Rangers an all-star closer without bloating the team's payroll, which is already pushing $200 million. In a swap that would send outfielder Alejandro Osuna and lefty Mitch Bratt to St. Louis, Texas could land Ryan Helsley, who has been among the best closers in baseball over the past 3 years. Osuna and Bratt, both of whom finished 2024 at AA Frisco, are not as high of a cost as one would expect for such a lofty return. Neither ranks among the top prospects in baseball, and they sit at number 16 and 17 in the Rangers system, according to MLB.com. Osuna, who has impressive pop for his size, could make the big leagues this season, but Bratt seems like he'll need more seasoning after a tough first go-around at AA. Additionally, the Rangers system is stacked with outfield depth, and while Bratt is one of just 2 touted lefty prospects, pitching depth is fairly easy to replace via the draft. Helsley would be more than worth the trade. The Rangers, who left via free agency, represent 37 of the 38 saves the team recorded in 2024. Yates, of course, counts for 33 of those. The team's projected bullpen notched just 4 saves last season. In short, Texas needs a guy who can get it done in the ninth. Helsley's numbers speak for themselves. He's posted 3 straight sub-250 FIP years and led the majors with 49 saves in 2024. He has received Cy Young votes twice and just seems to be getting better with each passing year. The only thing that could hold back this deal is its short-term status. Helsley is set to receive approximately $8 million in his final year of arbitration before becoming a free agent next winter. At that point, though, the Rangers will have about $30 million coming off the payroll in the form of John Gray and Tyler Mahle, who will surely be supplanted by the young arms rising through the ranks. That could free things up for a long-term deal if the pact with Helsley goes well in 2025. Put simply, the Rangers need this. They've made some savvy offensive moves, and they have the starting pitching depth. They need the guy who can come in and bring the win home. And in some of the biggest news, the Rangers will begin streaming regional broadcasts for $100 for a season. The Rangers are making their regional game broadcasts available directly to consumers in a streaming package they say is the first step in providing multiple viewing options after several seasons of access issues. The MLB team announced Wednesday entered into a multi-year agreement with a parent media company incorporated to stream Ranger regional games on the Victory Plus service starting this year. That is the same streaming service that took over regional broadcasts for the NHL's Dallas Stars this season. While Stars games and extra content are streamed for free, access for Rangers games will cost $100 for the full season. COO Neil Liebman said, "The Rangers' partnership with Victory Plus as our direct-to-consumer provider is a tremendous first step as the club continues to finalize our television offerings for 2025 game broadcasts." Victory Plus has proven itself over the past few months as a reliable streaming home for several professional sports teams, and we feel Ranger fans will enjoy the familiarity, convenience, and simplicity of this service. While the team didn't say what the additional options will be, those could include traditional cable and possibly some over-the-air broadcasts. The Rangers, who have more than 16 million households in their broadcast territory over parts of 5 states, said details about those options would be announced in the coming weeks. The Rangers and the Stars previously had their regional broadcasts on Bally Sports Southwest, part of the financially troubled Diamond Sports Group, and has gone through a bankruptcy reorganization. The Stars and Diamond mutually agreed last summer to end their existing rights agreement. The Rangers' deal with the group expired at the end of last season. With Bally Sports Southwest not available through some cable companies and many popular streaming platforms, there were times when fans of the Rangers, Stars, and the NBA's Dallas Mavericks had issues trying to watch games during a period when all those teams were having success. The Rangers were World Series champions in 2023 before the Mavericks made it to the NBA Finals last summer, and the Stars made it to the NHL Western Conference Final. APMC, which also does broadcasts for the NHL's Anaheim Ducks, announced last month that early metrics for the Victory Plus service and live games showed 3 to 4 times higher viewership and more than 500,000 downloads. The Mavericks this season began a multi-year local broadcast rights agreement with Tegna that reaches about 10 million people in more than 3.1 million Texas households. And now on to our next topic. The Rangers are out of the Sasaki running. Apologies for butchering his name. The Hiroki Sasaki sweepstakes is expected to come to a resolution in just a few days, and we are starting to see some narrowing of the field, as both the Giants and the Yankees have been told they are out of the running. Baseball America had a rundown previously that identified the 4 teams they saw as most likely to sign Sasaki. Those 4 teams, in descending order of likelihood of signing Sasaki, was the Dodgers, the Padres, the Yankees, and the Rangers. The Yankees are now presumably out, leaving 3 of those teams still standing. Sasaki, a 23-year-old right-hander, is subject to the international free agent bonus pools, and so will be limited to receiving whatever money the team that signs him has available in their bonus pool, plus any amounts that are able to trade for. He will make the league minimum in his first 3 years and then be arbitration eligible for the next 3 seasons. And just recently, we learned that the Rangers have been informed that they are also out of the running. And now the finalists have been named as San Diego, the Dodgers, and Toronto. And just for fun, my prediction's going to be, I kind of want to say Dodgers, but I'm going to go a little crazy and say the Blue Jays. And finally, we're going to take a look at one glaring hole that still needs to be addressed in free agency. The Texas Rangers have had a strong offseason, but there is still one glaring need that has to be addressed. Coming off a World Series championship in 2023, the Rangers fell incredibly short of expectations in 2024. They won only 78 games, failing to even qualify for the postseason. Looking to avoid that kind of letdown again, the teams have been aggressive this offseason in making moves to their roster. Those transactions have been received very positively to this point. The lineup received an infusion of power with Jock Pederson signing in free agency and Jake Burger being acquired in trade. Kyle Higashioka is an underrated pickup behind the plate, and retaining Nathan Eovaldi gives the team a potentially strong rotation. Where they did the most work was on the relief pitcher staff. The bullpen has been revamped with 4 players signed in free agency: Chris Martin, Hoby Milner, Jacob Webb, and Sean Armstrong. Via trade, they acquired lefties Robert Garcia and Mason Molina in trades with the Washington Nationals and the Milwaukee Brewers. That is an impressive amount of bullpen depth the team has added, pinpointing an area in the team that needed to be improved. However, the job is not yet done when it comes to their stable of relief pitchers. There is one glaring need that remains: the closer spot. Last season, the team received incredible production from Kirby Yates at the end of games, but he hit free agency this offseason. The same occurred for David Robertson, who remains effective heading into his age 40 season. Both of them remain free agents, and retaining either would help plug what is their biggest remaining hole. If they are hesitant to bring them back because of their age, as Yates is going to be 38 years old, there are other options available. The only top-of-the-market relief pitcher who has signed a deal thus far is Jeff Hoffman, who joined the Toronto Blue Jays. Tanner Scott, most recently of the Padres, and Carlos Estevez of the Phillies both remain available, along with the former Rangers duo. Given how much money Texas has shed from their payroll this offseason, some money should be available to spend on a closer. With their aspirations of becoming contenders again, it would be a huge risk heading into the year with an inexperienced late-game pitcher. Their depth is impressive, but none of the players they added have much experience in high-leverage situations as a closer. Someone could certainly emerge, but it would benefit them by adding one more piece to the puzzle, which would cement their status as the #1 team in the American League West. Let me know your thoughts on the topics we covered. If there's anything we missed, let me know. If we got something wrong, let me know. Of course, give us a thumbs up if you like our video. Hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification button to be notified of future videos. And of course, if you want to support the channel, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/TTRangers. Your support helps the channel grow, upgrade our equipment, bring in new hosts, be able to pay them, and of course, take this show on the road. We'd love to do episodes from Globe Life Field and possibly at away games. And your support can help make that happen. As always, thank you so much for watching, listening, and we will see you next time. Take care.